Hey, what's going on, everybody? This Incognito here. Haven't made a video in a while, so thought I would kick one out to y'all about US Express. I see they are putting out a big sign-on bonus. I think it's what 10 or 12,000 again, something like that. Now I worked at US Express for a while. I'm gonna tell you now, second worst company I ever worked for. My paychecks range anywhere between 400 and 800 a week. It was crap. It was crap money, crap company, crap equipment, crap rules. I worked there for, I think, 4 months. I'm surprised I stayed that long. It was pretty bad. You have to excuse me. I had a little bit of oral surgery done, so mouth's still a little swollen, hurts a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to get into my time at US Express. I'm going to try to keep it kind of quick. Well, let's start at the beginning. Orientation. They'll tell you 80% of drivers seated within 3 days. It's real easy to end up in that other 20%. Let me tell you, I was one of them. You just end up on hold. They don't verify anything before you get there. And they start verifying it once you get there and start passing all your physical and stuff like that. So if you got a company that's slow to respond, you could be there weeks. Seen it happen, and that ain't no joke. And you're not getting paid. Here's the other problem. They have a Dollar General account. If you go on a Dollar General account, you have to do this hand physical thing where you carry weights around and all that crap. Whether you're going on Dollar General or not, everybody has to take that physical. So if you got a problem with walking down the hall with some weights in a box or whatever, climbing up and down like you're climbing on the back of a truck, doing all that, don't go there. It'd be wasting your time. Never seen anybody fail it, but hey, anything's possible. Like I said, my paychecks range between 400 and 800 a week. That was after taxes, of course, and I got a couple hundred a week in child support. So you can say between 6 and 1,000 a week is what my paychecks were if you take my child support out of there, because not everybody has that, but everybody pays taxes. Their biggest problem and the biggest reason I couldn't make money there is their system, basically, in general. Number one, 90% of the time is spent in Northeast. Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia, New York, New Hampshire. That is where you're going to spend 90% of your time, if not more. If you live there, you can be home a lot. They do a lot of dropping hooks. They'll advertise they do 80% dropping hooks. And they do. But I'm going to tell you now, 90% of the time, there's not going to be a trailer there when you drop. So you're either going to have to wait on one, try to find one yourself, or wait for dispatch to try to find you one. Most of the time, it's going to be hours. You're going to burn your clock up. It's going to be the next day. All that kind of thing. So I'm just telling you, it happens so much, it'll mess your check up from week to week. It'll mess your miles up. It'll burn your clock up. It is really poor on their part. They don't have enough trailers to the amount of dropping hooks that they have. They don't even track their trailers. I can't tell you how many times they sent me to somewhere to go get a trailer and it wasn't there. I know some of you drivers will hop on here and say, well, that happens everywhere. Not as much as it happens there. I worked at Crete for a lot of years. It might have happened to me once every 2 months at Crete. It happened to me at US Express, and I'm not kidding you, this is no exaggeration. It was at least 3 out of 5 loads, if not more. It was very common. You can talk to US Express drivers. A lot of them will tell you it's very common. One thing you're going to do if you do want to go there for whatever reason, it'd be pretty stupid. But if you did, it would be to keep track of where you do drops at. And over a period of time, you'll eventually learn where they have trailers. So when you drop and there's not one, you can start calling the ones in the area, trying to find one yourself. It'll be faster than waiting on dispatch. Now, every now and then, they'll pay you to wait. They might give you $100 to sit around and wait for one to come up. You know, and that's great. But it doesn't make up for what you can make going down the road. Um, I was a trainer. I didn't care for their training program. I didn't like the way it was set up. I felt it was a little bit dangerous and very much set up to push students through. It's very common to get a student you can't communicate with. They'll speak Spanish. If you don't speak Spanish, you can't communicate with them. They tell you they care, they tell you to report it, but they don't. I had a couple of them. They're going to push you, try to train them, try to communicate with them however you can, hand signals, whatever, and get them trained. Home time was okay there. I did like that. You can take a truck home even as a company driver. That I did like. There's no APUs on the trucks. And they're very particular about the idling. And they will call you, and they call you often. What's another problem with them? That's about it. Now their yards, some of them are very tight. Really easy to have an accident in. I didn't care for that. Very large company. You're nothing but a number. I don't know how many trucks they got, but they got a lot. I did like that they had a weight room at the Tunnel Hill location. I wish more truck companies would do that. It sucks being a driver and getting way out of shape, and it's hard to get back in shape. It'd be nice if terminals had those locations. But anyway, that's my review on U.S. Express. Now I'm going to tell a little story from back in the day. I usually throw in a little goodie in these videos to kind of get people laughing or whatever. But this is something I wasn't there for. So don't hold me to this being 100% fact. And you know how truckers are. They tell fishing stories, trucking stories, whatever you want to call them. But anyway, there was a driver. It's when I worked at Stevens. I worked at Stevens 4 years. There was a driver there who got mad because he wasn't making money, which is pretty common at Stevens. But sadly, I made more there than I did at U.S. Express by a long shot. Stevens is in slower trucks. U.S. Express has faster trucks. And I made more money at Stevens Transport in a refrigerated truck than I made at U.S. Express. Probably twice as much. And I'm not a supporter of people going to Stevens Transport because I made a lot more money at Crete. Crete was actually, Crete and Tyson were where I made the most money at. Probably Tyson over all of them. But anyway, I'll get into those in later videos. This guy gets upset. So he goes in the office with a shotgun, goes up there after the owner, it's back when Steve Aaron had it before he gave it to his kids, goes up there after the owner with a shotgun. No, he didn't get the owner because obviously I worked there. He was still there when I was there. I don't know how all that turned out. But I heard that they put up glass so that no one could access the owner anymore. They put bulletproof glass back there. During my time at Stevens, I never seen the owner. He never came downstairs. He drove a Mercedes-Benz. He used to park it on the end. And sometimes you'd see him walking from his Mercedes-Benz to the office, walking across this little bridge thing they had up there. But nobody ever came in contact with him, and he didn't have nothing to do with the drivers. One of our problems there is it felt like he just sent us on our way. He really didn't care about any of us. The kids were pretty much the same way. The daughter does care about drivers to a point, but even she is, still a company person. It's not all about you. But anyway, I hope y'all are having a Merry Christmas. I'm sorry it's been a while. I'm going to start trying to get back into these, trying to let my mouth heal up. I've been working on getting my teeth fixed and stuff. So anyway, I love y'all. If you're out on the road, stay safe, stay sober, and keep trucking.